This little tree is only 2 years old and I grew it from seed. But right now I don't care about making it look like a bonsai. I want one with a thick trunk. So I put this Thicken in the ground and I'm going to let it grow. And this is the last episode in the Trunk Thicken series, so let's get straight into it. And this is where the real growth starts. If you've been following the series, we've already looked at two different ways of building trunk thickness. We've talked about sacrifice growth, and we've looked at growing a tree in a large basket or pot. And both methods have the same goal: get the tree growing strongly and let the growth put more thickness into the trunk. But this time we're going further. This tree is in the ground. This is my sweet gum. It's only 2 years old and I grew it from seed. So it is still very young and the trunk thickness is nowhere near what you want for a bonsai. And that's exactly why I like to use this tree as an experiment, because you've got plenty of time to build it. I'm not rushing the final bonsai. I'm building the raw material first. So you might be asking, why am I growing a bonsai in the ground? Well, I'm not growing a bonsai. I'm growing a tree. In a bonsai pot, the roots are restricted. In the ground, the tree has more space to grow and develop correctly. And that strong growth is exactly what I want right now. The longer I can keep this tree growing healthy and strongly, potentially means more growth converting to the trunk. And here's the important part. I have to stop thinking I'm working with a finished bonsai. But if I keep pruning this tree to make it look pretty, I'm taking away the growth that's helping me build the trunk. Because right now, ugly growth is good growth. The finished bonsai comes later. But from this point, I'm going to let the tree grow strongly. I'm not going to constantly cut it back just because it looks ugly. And I'm going to let the tree put its other tree into getting bigger. This sweet gum won't look like a beautiful bonsai for a very long time. But honestly, I don't mind. Basically the same principles we talked about with sacrifice branches in episode 1. We're allowing growth to run so it develops the tree. And eventually, when I've got the trunk thickness I'm looking for, I'll be able to cut back the growth and start selecting what becomes the future structure. Now, there's something important to say. Just because this tree's in the ground doesn't mean that we can just forget about it. I still need to keep an eye on watering. I need to make sure the tree stays healthy. I need to watch for pests and competing growth around it. And I also need to think about the roots. Because eventually, if I'm to turn this into a bonsai, then the bori also matters too. With all this in mind, so eventually, what is the plan here? Simple. Grow more, then some more, then grow more. I'm going to let this tree build strength first and trunk thickness before I start worrying about refinement and fine branching. Eventually I'll come back to it, assess the trunk, look at the branches, look at the roots and decide what the next step is. And that's really the biggest lesson from this whole series. There isn't one magic trick for building a thick bonsai trunk. The basic idea is simple. Give the tree strong growth, give it time, and don't try to make a finished bonsai too early. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your future bonsai is leave it alone and let it grow. This little sweet gum started life as a seed. 2 years later it's here, and now I'm giving it space to become something much, much bigger. I have no idea how thick this trunk is going to become, but that's what makes this interesting. So that's episode 3, and that's the end of my thick bonsai trunk series for now. We've looked at sacrifice growth, we've looked at basket growing, and now the sweet gum in the ground. Now the hardest part is simple. We wait. And when this trunk starts getting bigger, I'll get you back and we'll see exactly what we've created. I hope you enjoyed this series and use these methods to boost your trunk thickness. Also, as requested by you, I'm going to demonstrate sacrificial branches on 5 different varieties of my collection. So don't miss this. Please give me a like and subscribe, and that's it for now.